Hello, my name is Regina and I'll be presenting to you on residency from the Office of the Registrar. So what is residency? Residency can be defined as a fact of living in a place for a continuous 12-month period. The University of Maryland, Baltimore, like most public institutions of higher education, classifies students as in-state and out-of-state for various purposes, including assessing tuition. It is the policy of the University of Maryland, Baltimore to grant in-state status for admission and tuition purposes as defined by the 8-2.7 Policy on Student Classification for Admission and Tuition Purposes PDF of the University System of Maryland, which contains residency requirements, procedures, and appeal information. Generally, to qualify for in-state status, a prospective, returning, or current student must demonstrate that he or she is a permanent Maryland resident. Under certain circumstances as set forth in this policy, students who are not permanent Maryland residents may qualify temporarily for in-state status. Students who do not qualify for in-state status under this policy shall be assigned out-of-state status for admission and tuition purposes. So let's get started. Step 1 is to complete your admission application. Step 2 is to review your tuition information. Every student is deemed out of state until the application for in-state classification has been completed and a determination has been made. Current semester residency review is completed within 5 to 10 business days from your submission date of your application. Applying for residency. Create an account to complete the in-state classification application. This application is only available to people seeking admissions to one of the programs at the University of Maryland, Baltimore, students recently admitted to a UMB program who have not yet started classes, students recently admitted to a different UMB program than they were previously admitted and enrolled in, or students who are returning from a leave of absence. If completing the online application for in-state classification for the first time, you will need to create a new account. Click on Create a New Account and follow the instructions on the page. Be sure when creating your account to use a generic email address such as Gmail or Yahoo. Once created, log in to complete the application. Be sure to read and answer the questions carefully. Once all questions have been answered and the required documentation according to your situation have been attached, submit the application. According to the answers provided, we may request further documentation to complete review, such as proof of residing in Maryland for the last 12 months consecutively. You could offer a lease or a deed or a notarized statement, a PDF downloaded copy of the student's MVA record, a copy of the current and previous vehicle registration, a copy of current visa documentation, certified proof of filing Maryland state tax return, a copy of current Maryland voters registration. And lastly, we may ask for an explanation in writing to clarify an answer that was provided on the application. Please send all requested documentation to residency@umaryland.edu. And FYI is to please complete this UMaryland application on a personal computer using the Firefox or Chrome browsers. This application should not be completed on a work computer, cell phone, or tablet, as your firewall or cookies may block access to the full components of this application. And shown here is an initial residency determination example letter. Once a decision has been made on your application, a determination will be sent to the email address we have on file or your UMaryland email address. If you have questions about your determination, you can simply reply to this email for clarity. For purposes. This petition is intended for use by students who seek a change in residency classification or those whose status was unable to be determined from the information submitted on the initial application for in-state classification. The petition should not be submitted by a student that has withdrawn or taken a leave of absence for the semester. A petition can only be submitted if the student is attending the semester they are applying for. The petition process can take 6 to 8 weeks to complete from your submission date. Linked here is a petition checklist. Note, please do not use binders or accordion folders. Please do not staple, paperclip, binder clip, label, tab, or use sticky notes on your documents. You are required to redact all Social Security numbers, employee identification numbers, and bank account numbers. We reserve the right to return an incomplete petition. Your completed petition, signed and dated, should be mailed or personally delivered to the Office of the Registrar, located in Suite 240 of the Health Sciences and Human Services Library at 601 West Lombard Street. Your petition will not be accepted in any electronic format. If you mail your petition, be sure to obtain delivery confirmation. Petitions must be postmarked on or prior to the deadline for the term you are submitting a petition. Petitions received after the posted submission date will be returned. Residency Reclassification Team does not provide retroactive payments, nor do we make residency changes to prior terms. DREAM Act. University System of Maryland Non-Resident Tuition Exemption for eligible Maryland high school graduates. Any student other than a non-immigrant alien who meets all the requirements shall be exempt from paying the non-resident tuition differential at all public colleges and universities in Maryland. All students must first complete the in-state classification in their first term of admission. It is required that students are recently graduated from a Maryland high school and/or public institution and has returned to the state of Maryland within 6 years. Once granted, this benefit is continuous. Students must provide updated tax information each year they are attending. Please follow this link for more information. As a reminder, the Residency Reclassification Team does not provide retroactive payments. We do not make residency changes to prior terms. If you feel that you are in the category to qualify for this exemption, please reach out to the residency team at residency@umaryland.edu or call us at 410-706-7480 before you apply. There are also military exemptions. All students must first complete the in-state classification application in their first term of admission. In the application, you will be able to provide your affiliated documentation for review. If you are unable to attach the documentation to the application, please submit the application and send the documentation to residency@umaryland.edu. If you miss the application in your first term, please provide your documentation to the residency team at residency@umaryland.edu for a review in the term you are in. The Residency Reclassification Team does not provide retroactive payments. We do not make residency changes to prior terms. To the side here is an example of the confirmation letter you may receive if you have been reclassified as in-state under the military exemption. Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals, otherwise known as DACA, is a United States immigration policy that allows some individuals with unlawful presence in the United States after being brought to the country as children to receive a renewable 2-year period of deferred action from deportation and become eligible for an employment authorization document, aka a work permit, in the United States. Please complete the in-state classification application within your first term of enrollment. Please attach your I-821D to the application. If you are unable to attach it, please send it in an email to residency@umaryland.edu. If you feel that you are in the category to qualify for this exemption, please reach out to the residency team at residency@umaryland.edu or call us at 410-706-7480 before you apply. Lastly, tuition remission. Employees and their family members who are eligible for tuition remission and are admitted to schools within the University System of Maryland and reciprocal institutions such as Morgan State University, St. Mary's College of Maryland, and Baltimore City Community College may apply for tuition remission. Tuition remission is a waiver of tuition and applies to tuition only for credited courses. All non-tuition expenses and fees are the responsibility of the student. Tuition remission also applies to fellows, graduate research assistants, and graduate teaching assistants, but does not apply to their spouses and dependents. please contact Student Financial Services for more information. On behalf of the Office of the Registrar, thank you for listening to this presentation on residency. If you have any questions, you can contact us at residency@umaryland.edu or give us a call at 410-706-7480. Our office is open from Mondays through Fridays from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Again, thank you and have a nice day.